Alrighty, hello and welcome to Match Day 2 deadline stream. Touch wood today, I'm on board before the deadline gets moved an hour before. I've come on, hopefully, with a lot of time. And welcome to
Hopefully we're going to have a little bit of fun as well.
Match Day 2 deadline stream. So yeah, we're going to find out what's going on there. I'm going to quickly adjust my volume because some weird stuff's going on with my volume before we get right into it. But we should be good. I think everything should be good. Yeah, that looks good. There's no mute coming through. I think we're good. Yes, we are. Very good. All right. Yeah, I'm just going to quickly share this. We're going to get into it. And yeah, we're going to just rock and roll, I suppose. Just quickly in here. Live now. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I think, hopefully the FIFA have not cooked it today. Going to get into a bit of FPL content and fixture action as well. Hopefully some people join because this is a weird time in the UK because I've looked at it and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. Most people are probably at work. They're either at school or they're doing something. So if you are joining, please get involved in the comments because they're also just going to be me talking to myself. And I'm a little bit early as well. So yeah, please get involved in the comments. And with that being said, smash a like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and let's jump straight into it and see what we go. And hopefully the comments start rolling in with some luck. And yeah, let's go. Wow, I don't know what's going on there. Let's try this one and hope for the best. Hey, that looks good. All right, brilliant. I do not know what happened there. That is never goes white when I do it on my screen normally. So that's a good start to the thing. Yeah, let's have a look. This is what my team went like in the first game week. And I just want to talk about this because manual subs looked so good on paper, right? Like they looked so good on paper. And yet in reality, I kind of butchered it. I got a bit excited about the manual subs and changing captain. And in the end, it came down to one poor mistake. Thinking that Harry Kane was a Harry Kane that was going to dominate against a bunch of amateurs. Against a bunch of amateurs, man. He literally played against a bunch of amateurs and he sucked. 10 goals went in and the man couldn't get an assist. He couldn't even get, I think it's 3 shots on target for an extra point. He couldn't even do that. He just sucked. It's the best way of describing it. He was unbelievably bad. Yeah, let's just put it that way. Kane was a failure. But yeah, let me know in the comments as well if the sound is all right because I'm just checking because I actually can't hear it myself. So I've got everything on mute, so hopefully it is working. I'm just going to quickly turn mine on and see if it actually works. Hold on. Let me bear with me. I'm going to actually load it up on my screen and see what's going on. Why is this not loading? Hold on. All right, let's try it again. I'll actually cancel that off. All right. Yes, there's sound. Very good. I can hear myself. That's good. Don't know if I want to hear myself, but I'm here. Anyways, I had 2 players really return. I had Hakimi, and Francisco Mora, and Cucurella did well in terms of defenders, but there was some big holes in the defense. Like Otamendi with a 14-pointer and some others with and this bloke that I bought in as one of my transfers this week, he got 14 points. He's probably going to get benched and not play in the next game week, but it is what it is. We just hope that something happens along the way. I'm going to get into a bit of FPL stuff as well today, provided people are happy with that, because there's only so much I could talk about the Club World Cup. There's so much of it I don't like. And we're going to have a quick look at some of the fixtures that went down. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. So it started off with a Snorefest, 0-0, Al Hilali versus Inter Miami. Like, I still want to know how Messi is in the tournament. Like, Inter Miami finished 10th. They didn't even win the playoffs. Someone could tell me why they're in this competition. Very good question. Al Hilali, what did they do? I don't even know where they're from. Bayern Munich, they won the German league, I suppose. I think that qualifies them. I really don't know. Auckland City, someone actually wrote to me today in my team selection video and basically said the Auckland City made the cut because the other team that's from New Zealand won the A-League, which in my mind was Wellington Phoenix, because I feel like Wellington Phoenix is the only other team I can think of in the A-League, unless they introduced an Auckland City team. And you'd think I would know this living in Australia, but I've actually got no clues about whether... I honestly don't know where Auckland City come from. I know where the place is in the world. I just don't know how it's relevant, how they are in this competition. They are ranked 4,500 and something, and I think that loss to Bayern Munich slammed them out of the top 5,000 teams worldwide. How's a team like that in the Club World Cup? They're an amateur league. They literally can't afford to send their players over that normally play because they've got 9 to 5 jobs shepherding sheep in the wilderness out there, and they could have rung me up. I was free, I was available, probably would have done a better job than what they had out there in that game week. So 10-0, I called it. I said if Bayern Munich are taking this seriously, they'll get 10 goals. Also, everyone that said Musiala was a risk, congratulations, you're right. However, he top scored for Bayern with 29 minutes on the field, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it. Yeah, I heard that they won some trophy as well, but like winning a trophy, I mean, I won a trophy last year. In Kalgoorlie last year, I won a cup. Does that qualify my team to go over there? I reckon we would have done better. We would have been more entertaining. We could have rolled up in FPLD unit shirts and got the name brand out there for the start of the next FPL season. That'd be kind of funny, to be fair. All right, hopefully a few more people join. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to think of the Club World Cup. Like, some of the results went as I expected. Like Palmeiras versus Porto, I kind of thought Porto were going to win that game. It was a pretty even game, to be fair. PSG, I did not expect them to win 4-0 against Atletico. Botafogo, I think they're a Brazilian team, I think. Then they played Seattle. They were all right. They're nothing too expensive. Hello, Liam. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. Chelsea, I mean, Cole Palmer... He's just the ultimate troll, isn't he? I don't know why did I bring him in my game week 1 squad? It's because of that Conference League final when he got 2 assists and he looked like the Cole Palmer of old. In reality, he probably should have had a few extra chances. Probably could have got a few assists in this game. However, it just didn't fall his way. Boca Juniors versus Benfica was a good game. That was probably one of the few good games from match day 1. If we just look at the results, there's a lot of 0-0s. Which is boring. Borussia Dortmund Fluminense, 0-0. River Plate 3-1 against the Red Diamonds. That was an expected win. Inter versus Monterrey. Monterrey, I think, are a Mexican team. I think Monterrey are a Mexican team, and I have no idea how they made the Club World Cup either. Maybe they won the Mexican League. I don't know. Also, Ulsan HD. What does HD stand for? Like high degree of nonsense? I'm not sure. Then there's the Mamlodi Sundowns. It sounds like an Indian team. It's probably African. I really like, how are these clubs in there? I would love to know. Man City against Wydad AC. Wydad AC actually looked horrible. Man City should have won that game by a lot more than 2-0. But I'm already over owning Man City players, and we're about 6 weeks away from FPL starting. And that game is why FIFA, in its laws, for this competition, to make it non-farcical, and it is farcical, let's be honest, it's a farcical competition. Let's not beat around the bush. They basically said if you don't play your first team, you'll get fined. Man City, the only 3 players you would say were guaranteed first teamers last year: Erling Haaland when he was fit, and he's currently fit. And where did he start? On the bench. And Guardiola, who literally started every game last season, I think bar 1 in the Premier League. And Ruben Dias. None of those 3 players, in fact, Erling Haaland made it onto the pitch. The other 2 didn't. Like, if FIFA is serious about this tournament, they're going to come out and fine them. Just fine them. Fine them for wasting my 12th man chip on that cyborg and Guardiola's 0-point captaincy. I'm not salty at all. Not salty at all. And Al Ain. Apparently they're the second worst team in the Club World Cup behind Auckland City. I have no idea where they're from either. Juventus wiped them 5-0, and Man City have them next. And that's why I've decided to make a few changes. Now, I actually think I might wildcard on this stream, FYI. I don't know why. The more I think about it, the more I'm like going, okay, let's look at the fixtures for match day 2. Let's have a look at the fixtures for match day 3. So if we go back to match day 2, This is the team currently. I've taken -9 points. Obviously, if I play the wild card, it's going to correct all that nonsense. And this is what I've done. I've gone with Somner in goal. Amani stays, but I've got Haaland, Foden, and Alberto Costa. Like, this dude got 15 points. I think he must have scored. But I really have no idea, is the honest answer. I think, yeah. But the good news is they haven't killed the deadline yet. You can still make changes. It still says 11 o'clock on my screen, which is good news, because when I came on to do the last deadline stream, and ironically I was late because I've been out partying all night, and I just missed the start of it. And now here we are, and it looks like I'm just going to refresh the page just to check that FIFA haven't already cooked it, because then I'm talking about nothing. But there we go. The deadline is still there. You can still make transfers. You can still stuff up your teams. You can do whatever you want. And who am I going to captain this week? The good question is, I have no idea. At the moment, I'm captaining Elise. I can guarantee that Harry Kane's going to score a hat-trick this week. 100% Harry Kane hat-trick incoming this week. And look at this. Just because everyone loves a bit of the card flipping, I'm going to bring it in for this. Will Kane outscore Elise this week in Matchday 2? Yes, Kane will outscore him. I'm telling you, 100%. Kane's going to outscore him. The card never lies. Well, we'll see. It was a pretty good success rate in FPL, but we'll see how it goes in this. However, I'm slightly more relaxed about the captaincy this week, because the last game of the game week actually is, if we go down here and have a look, it is Manchester City versus Al Ain. If anyone can tell me if I'm saying that correctly, I think I'm saying it correctly. It sounds correct in my head. I was like, Al Ain. I think Man City versus Al Ain is going to be a bloodbath. I mean, if Man City actually take it half seriously, they should smack him for like 6 goals. And Erling Haaland, as your defaulto captain in the last game of the game week, or the match day, whatever you want to call it, probably going to be pretty good. I mean, Real Madrid, I'm still concerned I don't own any Real Madrid players, and this is what concerns me. I like look at my team, and I'm like going, all right. So Bayern Munich this week have Boca Juniors, and then they have an easy game to finish with. Well, not really easy. Benfica's not an easy team. Auckland City are the easy team. But like, whatever you want to do, you want to make your transfers. So like, it's either you completely change your team for this week with your wild card, and you play the fixtures that are on paper this week, and realistically, maybe that is what I should be doing. Or you do a -5 or -9 like me, make 5 transfers, and you're pretty happy with life, and you just roll with it. I mean, if this was FPL, I would not be doing a -9 in match day 2, but it's not FPL. And so this is really interesting. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but so if you go to match day 1, right, it has your rank. So my rank for match day 1, well, it was 21,146. It's now gone to 26,100. That's good news. So that's really interesting. My rank when I made this video, it was before I'd done the transfers, right? Was actually 21,146. I've now taken, this is very interesting, I've taken -9 at the moment, which in theory means that my total score overall is 64, and it's dropped me down to 26,140. I'm pretty confident that it actually takes off the points straight away off your rank, whereas FPL does it as like once the game week kind of starts, if that makes sense. In this game, from what I can work out, based on the moves I've done today, it's changed my rank before the match day has started, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but when I did it, my rank was 21,146, and I was just going back to show you something, and now it looks like the -9 points has already been taken off, but off my total score. It's like it's saying that basically match day 1, I'm on 64 points. I wonder if that means I've dropped in my league as well. It probably has. I was like, I don't even know where I am. I'm miles off the top. Some bloke, Vanoon, V, whatever his name is, he got 106 points or whatever. He was really good. But yeah, so the manual subs, this is my plan, right? I'm going to talk you through it. So Elise is starting off as a captain, even though the card reckons that Kane's going to outscore him. Maybe I change that on the stream because the card's never wrong, and let's be honest. So maybe Elise. Also, someone had a really good interesting. Now, no PSG. I've got Hakimi. Hakimi's in there. This is the thing I'm concerned about. Like, PSG now have 2 easy fixtures, right? They've got, well, Botafogo apparently aren't that easy. I don't know. I would expect PSG to account for them pretty easily. Seattle Sounders pretty easily. The problem is when you go to the transfers, right, and we have a look at, say, where are we at? I really don't like the transfers the way they do it on here either. It's really bloody confusing. They need to look into that for future references. So PSG, here we go. We look at them. Like, are these guys going to start? Like, Mayalu, 4.4 mil. He's a mid. Like, is he really starting? Like, is a PSG that good that they can play a 4.4 million midfielder and just dominate? Ruiz scored 10. I'm not even going to be able to say this guy's name. Whatever that guy's name, that Georgian winger. Everyone just comes to listen to me try and pronounce names, I'm sure of it. Kvara Chiksalia. Kvara Chiksalia. I mean, he'd be pretty good, right? But he's going to cost me 9.2. Vitinha, I mean, he's pretty good. But he's really a defensive midfielder. Marquinhos is good. I've obviously got Hakimi. In reality, I could probably bring in Nuno Mendes. Like, that would be a good move. This is what I mean. Like, do I wildcard now and just fix this entire squad? Because in reality, I'll probably get rid of Cucurella, bring in Nuno Mendes, something like that. Yeah. In reality, I just want points. Like the goalkeeper situation, Inter Milan were god-awful, let's be honest. Due and Wi-Fi password were ones I was looking at. Oh, yeah, and Wi-Fi password, I like it. Wi-Fi password, that's brilliant. I like that. That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I'm not sure what I want to do in terms of that, but like that is the squad at the moment, and I could easily just wildcard, right? I wonder if I press that now, it's probably going. Okay, once you confirm your transfers, booster cannot be deactivated. I wonder if it will then take off my -9. I wonder if it's like that in FPL. If you already take the -9, and because I didn't play it before I took the -9, you get the -9 anyway. I mean, it's possible. I don't even know who I would go with. Like, who would you go with if you're wildcarding this week? Like, let's have a look. We'll get rid of Cucurella because I don't think the fixtures for Chelsea are that amazing. You could bring in Nuno Mendes. You would expect him probably to start with Hakimi again. But then they've played their hardest team. Like, they've played Atletico Madrid. Is this the next 2 rounds for PSG where they can just sit there, rotate their lineup, and then all of a sudden you don't have... I don't know. That's what I'm concerned about with PSG is... I mean, these guys bat deep. Like, they bat pretty deep, right? Get that off. Like, as I said, who's this Mayalu dude? He scored 12 points. He's 4.4 million midfield. Is he going to play again? And like Pacho, I don't know. I don't know PSG enough. Trent Alexander-Arnold, come on. By the way, it was just funny, right? So what was the score between Real Madrid and Al Hilal? It was 1-1 all, right? So let's have a look. So Garcia, the forward, who played instead of Mbappe, obviously scored, got 10 points. That was pretty decent. Rodrigo obviously got 7. And then we're looking at the rest of the flops. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, I can already tell you what the problem with Real Madrid this season is going to be. They have bought an attacking player to play at right back. They were already not that good defensively. And I can tell you what's going to happen. Xabi Alonso is going to realise that Trent Alexander-Arnold can't actually defend. And for whenever they play a decent team, they're going to lose his attacking output. His attacking output, or they're going to have to play him right midfield because the dude actually can't defend. Like we saw in the Premier League, when you get rinsed by Dalot in a Premier League game, you know you can't defend. Profile picture, yes. Now, I don't even know what my profile picture is. Oh, 14. I don't know what's happened there. I think you can actually change it to something you actually want. Pearson changed that. It's giving me the creeps. Yeah, definitely needs to be changed. 100%. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like I should have a Real Madrid player in my team because they will need to win their next 2 games, right, in order to get in. But man, I hate watching that game. Yeah, 100%. As a Liverpool fan, I'm delighted Real Madrid have to deal with how shit his defending is now. Daniel, I love it. I love it. The thing is like Trent reminds me a lot of David Beckham with his right foot. Like, he's got an amazing right foot. I'm not going to sit here and say that he can't attack because he can attack. But I always had question marks, and this is the reason why he never got in the England team. Because England play with a back 4. They don't play with this hybrid thing where whatever they do in clubland. And Trent Alexander-Arnold, let's face facts, he can't defend. And if you can't defend, you're not going to be playing international football. You need to be able to defend. It's why Kyle Walker could get up and down, and until the last couple of years where he's lost the plot really and probably needs to retire, he got in because he could defend and Trent can't. And that's pretty much what it comes down to. I mean, Dallo can even... Oh, no, actually, that's probably a bit of a stretch. I was going to say Dallo could probably defend better than Trent, but I think that's very much a 50-50 on the day, depending on how they wake up, I reckon. But yeah, like, I don't know if I want 3 Bayern attackers either. Like, the fact that Musiala came off the bench and got 21 points was a bit of a kissed moment. The problem is that, you know, if he only got the 21 points, he'd be probably sitting in the bottom 50% of teams worldwide, which is a bit disappointing. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Part of me wants to just play with -9 and see how it goes. But like this goalkeeper situation, like I just want to pick a goalkeeper that's not going to concede, really. And Inter Milan conceding to whoever the hell they played, Monteri. I had that game on, the stats, I had the game cast on at work, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I had a bet, I had an ACCA on, and I had like all these, the harder teams that I thought were more of a risk of not winning, won, and then Inter Milan, who I just expected to beat whoever these people were because I'd never heard of them, really struggled. In fact, they were probably lucky they didn't lose the game in the end. It was actually really bizarre. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. I think we'll just go back here. We'll just get out of this transfers for a second, get rid of that. Just, reload that. Yeah, all right, who's sending me a message here? All right, to join Pearson. Oh, okay, yep. Sweet, I'll accept you, Pearson. I've just seen your request, I think. Maybe Rahi's going to accept you anyway. I think someone actually already has. Or maybe they haven't. I don't know. Someone's probably added you. I don't know if it's Simon or Rahi. I don't know if you guys are vetting the people joined, but I've been trying to vet them, but I've been vetting them, and then you guys. I don't think it's you, Rahi. I'm pretty sure it's Simon. He loves just accepting people without doing the vetting first. But it's all right. It's good. I think we'll get to 100 people in the WhatsApp group prior to the start of the FPL season. Pretty confident on that. I don't think too many people are interested in the Club World Cup, if I'm being brutally honest, because the numbers watching are low. But then it is a weird time of the day. 2:30 in the UK, almost 3 p.m. now. Isn't a great time of the day for most people, I wouldn't have thought, on a Thursday, because most people are working. I'm just lucky that I'm not working, and I thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. And yeah, I've got to look at the Premier League fixtures as well, because at the moment, that's why I'm thinking about that. We can come back to CWC. If people are happy for me to go and start talking about FPL, I'm happy to do that as well. Or if you want to just continue talking about this joke of a tournament, I'm happy to do that as well. The thing is I thought Man City's lineup was really interesting. I don't know if anyone caught it, but like they had no defending players in their midfield at all. I think they played with Doku, Cherky, Reindeers, however you say his name. I'm just going to call him Reindeers. I'm already come up with that. There's a couple of people that I've already seen transferred in. And I'm like, that's just what I'm going to call them. A bit like, what's his name? Evanlinson, which I know is Evan Ilson, but he's an Evanlinson. It's going to be Reindeers because to me it just looks like he's a reindeer. So he's just going to be known as Reindeers. Okay, here's a good one. Gonzalo Garcia. I think Garcia falls out for Mbappe I think Mbappe only missed because he was sick and he was a bit soft. But Real Madrid need to win, so I'd expect Mbappe to come straight back in. And therefore, I think Garcia probably drops to the bench. Doué or Lautaro and Arias. I like Lautaro, though. Lautaro Martinez actually scored for Inter and actually looked half decent. Yeah, I know. I'm thinking that as well. That's why I started this early, because I'm just thinking that FIFA, reindeers, yeah, man, reindeers is where it's at. I actually thought about getting reindeers in, but I'm going with Foden at the moment. That's my team. So 6 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if FIFA cocked this up and the deadline is in 6 minutes. Would not put money on it at all. Oh, he's in the hospital. What's wrong? Is he that sick? Far out. Well, then Garcia could be a really good option. When is their game? Let's have a look. Real Madrid's next game is Monday. So, well, it's Sunday night, UK time. Okay, so it's really on Sunday. But for me, we're miles in front because it's in America. This is actually on Sunday. So what day are we on now? Thursday. Yeah, he might not. If he's in hospital now, he's probably not playing on Sunday. Let's be honest. Be interesting if FIFA fined him just for not playing Mbappe. It'd be quite funny. I hope he gets better soon. I would like to see him there, to be honest. Gastro. Surely he's out of hospital within. Isn't Gastro meant to be like 48 hours and you're out? It's a bit of fluid on the drip and he should be good to go, you would have thought. Yeah, would have thought. Oh, did you know, this is really interesting. So this is vodka and water. And I made this drink for the deadline stream for Matchday 1. But because the deadline had already been done and I couldn't really talk about anything else because I was pretty drunk at the time, it's still sitting here. So I was like, might as well drink it now. Mbappe is out for Sunday. All right, Garcia is a really good option then. I'd probably go with Garcia and Doué. Arias. Who's Arias? Which club does Arias play for? This is how much I do not know these teams. I can't wait till it gets to the knockouts so we get rid of all the teams I've got no clue about and I can actually talk some nonsense, like some good stuff. Because while all these other teams are in, like the sheep from Auckland City and other places, I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling with how these teams are in there, let alone why they're playing football against the European and South American heavyweights. I honestly have no idea why. Oh, this drink is actually quite strong. I must have been a bit out of it on the last match day. All right, let's have a look. Oh, okay. Also, how sucky is it that if you do manual subs, you just don't get any captaincy points if your last captain that you pick gets 0 points? Like, what a joke idea. Like, in general. Like, but how unfortunate as well. Like, let's go back to this. I went from Kane, who got 2 points doubled to 4. Then I went to Agahoa, thinking, he might score a goal. Could be kind of handy. But he did nothing, so he got 4 points. And I was like, we'll just change it again. Then I went to Cole Palmer. At least he got 1 extra point. And I thought, 3 points really isn't good enough at all. And then I changed it to Gurasi. Borussia Dortmund look like they're just treating it as pre-season. I don't think they'll make it past the round of 16 now. But he sucked. And then I went to Dumfries thinking I should have gone to Somner. But even if I'd gone to Somner, I would have been like, well, he only got 2 points because he didn't keep a clean sheet. I still would have ended up on Guaviol as my captain, as my last chance saloon. And the dude didn't even get off the bench. He couldn't be asked. Pep couldn't be asked. I hate Pep. If there's a manager I want to retire, it's Pep Guardiola. Put him in the bin. He's ruined football to the point where it's just boring to watch a lot of the time. And he's the chief culprit behind it. And then he doesn't even put his normal team out. You expect him to put him out. Worst manager going, I'm telling you. If that was Fergie in charge of Man City for that game, Erling Haaland would have started and played 90 minutes. No, he probably wouldn't have. He would have started though, I would have thought. But yeah, I mean that I actually thought after the first game, that Bayern Munich game, was like, man, I'm going to end up with such a massive score. I'm going to find a captain that dominates, and I'm going to end up on like over 100 points. And then the rest of them just sucked. So this time we'll just see how we go. I think I'm just going to leave it. I reckon I'm going to wild card next week because Man City obviously play Juventus, and I don't want to be loading up on Man City players, and I don't really want Benfica players post this game week because they're going to be playing Bayern Munich in Matchday 3. So I really just want to get rid of them. So I think realistically the best play is actually probably to take the -9, then hope for the best. Is the honest answer. Hope for the best. I don't reckon, let's see, that we've got a 1 minute till potentially the deadline could close early. So we're going to check, see what happens. Also, I saw an interesting thing at one point. It's impossible, right? So you can win a penalty, but I don't think winning a penalty in this fantasy game counts as an assist as well. I think it just counts as you winning a penalty because, Musiala scored a hat-trick and he won a penalty for himself, which he then took. So he couldn't get the assist then because he would have assisted himself. That makes no sense. Yeah, I know. I actually thought the funny thing was, I forgot to mention this in my video today, Rahi. I can't believe it. Like, my chips of, like, since my second wild card, I've gone for bench boost, which got me 6 points in FPL. I then played my triple captain for 2 amazing points. And it's just been a progressively worse return. I've gone from 6 points on bench boost to 2 on triple captain to 1 to 1 point from my 12-man booster. I mean, you couldn't write that up. My luck with chips and boosters is non-existent. Let's be honest, non-existent. I'm hoping there's one way of looking at this though. So we've had normally bad luck like this comes in 3s. So the first one was the bench boost 6-point stinker. Then the second one was the triple captain stinker. And the third one was obviously the Erling Haaland 12-man. Now, I think realistically, I've got 3 boosters left. So the wild card should be pretty good, hopefully. Touch wood. Touching. Maximum captain. I mean, you can't really go wrong with maximum captain, you would have think, because you don't have to think about it. You press the button and your captain will end up with the man in your squad with the highest amount of points. That is a great chip. There is no way you can go wrong with that chip unless you play it on a week where every one of your 16 players blanks, which that in itself would be pretty damn hard to achieve. But I suppose technically it is possibly possible as well. Hello, FPL Zygo, how are you? Using my 12-man for the Benfica 4th player tackle. Use those cheap peeps. No point. Yeah, I agree. I kind of wished if I'd looked at it again now, I would have played my 12th man on a Bayern Munich player against Auckland City, and I would have gone with probably Muller or Koeman. I just thought that I saw Wadad Casablanca and thought, who the hell are this lot? Man City going to dominate. Erling Haaland's going to get himself a hat-trick. Didn't expect him to start on the bench because he's always been immune from Pep Roulette. And I think that's why I just think that this tournament can't be being taken seriously because Erling Haaland doesn't start on the bench ever, unless it's a Carabao Cup. So that's obviously how Pep Guardiola is viewing the Club World Cup. Let's be honest. I mean, Casablanca probably pretty rubbish. I think you can almost guarantee that Erling Haaland's going to start this week, and he's probably going to start against Juventus as well. You would expect, because obviously that's the harder team in the group. It's probably where it's going to go. Phil Foden. FYI, Tom called that one really well. Now, I don't often give Tom credit because normally his calls stink. And I'm sure he's listening to this right now, hopefully. He's going to write a rude comment in the chat. But he said that Phil Foden would be good. And the man was correct. Phil Foden returned to form, and I thought that this might happen. Have a day off, a couple of weeks off, refresh, come back, hopefully mentally ready, knowing that they've brought in new players and he'll need to reassert himself. Kevin De Bruyne is gone. This is the moment for Phil Foden to take the mantle. He started with a really good fashion, 15 points in the first match day, goal and an assist. I mean, you can't ask for too much more than that if you're wanting to see a resurgence of Phil Foden. The only problem I've got with Phil Foden and Man City in general is just the pep roulette thing. They've got so many good players. Like, just look at that team that they played the other day. They had Doku, Savinho, Marmoush, Reindeers, Cherky, and Foden. Those were their 6 attackers. Plus, I had someone else because they only played 3 in the back line. Like, Man City only played 3 in the back line in that game. Like, well, that's what it looked like on the... I didn't watch any of the game, so I really don't know. And like, I'm literally basing all decisions off stats for this tournament because... Because to watch the games in general, I have to watch them on KO other than on my stick, and I just can't be bothered with my stick for trying to find trying to find a channel that shows these games. That's where I was going with that. Also, I reckon Otamendi is a good chance for a goal in this game against Auckland City. The other player that I really like the look of, and I did think about taking an extra -3 and just going -12 and going, what the hell, is, what's his name? Hold on, it's, I'll look him up because I know he plays for Benfica, obviously, and he's not the most popular one. Lots of people talking about Di Maria and stuff like this, and I think Di Maria could potentially get rested. I mean, the dude is old. He's like, what is he, 34 years old? I don't know, 35. He's probably 40. Let me see if I can find the guy now. This guy, he got 1 point last game week. So I don't know what he did. Did it say results? 2-2. I'm not sure what his problem was. I don't know. What is it? Has no stats here. It doesn't tell you how many minutes they played. Just he got 1 match point. Like, what did he get for his 1 match point? I really don't like some of the things that they've done. Like, there's some really good things that FPL could take from Club World Cup, but there's some things that Club World Cup, like, you're struggling for engagement. You're getting games at your Club World Cup where, like, the Chelsea versus LAFC game, which is an American team, and they got 20,000 people, and the stadium was a third full. If you want to boost engagement, delivering a really good fantasy game is a really good way to get people interested in your tournament, believe it or not. It increases engagement. Like, for example, I watch Premier League games that I've got no interest in because I want to see my players play in FPL in that game. It's a really good way of boosting engagement. I can't even see what the XG was for Erling Haaland in the last game. I couldn't actually find it anywhere. I went hunting on the internet today for half an hour trying to find out what his XG was. Now, I just assumed it was 0 because that's all I could find anywhere until I read the match report that said that Erling Haaland had a 1-on-1 chance. And if he's having a 1-on-1 chance, he's got XGI in that chance, right? But there is nowhere here that tells me what it was. Like, what kind of a chance it was. Where are the actual stats that tell me what happened in that game? For a tournament that has 100 million prize money, 1 billion, whatever it is, whatever prize money they've got on offer, and they can't sit there and put, like, sure, they've looked at FPL 100%. The people who've created this game have looked at that, and there is no stats there at all. The only stat we've got is how many points they've scored. So Erling Haaland, for all I know, could have played 90 minutes, missed a penalty, so he's got minus points, had 6 shots on target, but he's got 1 point because he missed a penalty. Unless I actually looked up the Gamecast bit that says Erling Haaland actually started on the bench and then came on, that's why he got 1 point, I would never know that. Like, legit. I don't know if anyone in the chat is sitting there and you've got any idea how to find out the stats for these players from these games, please share the link in the comments. like in the chat, because yeah, it just doesn't exist. I've tried so hard today to find stats for these games to work out whether it's worth buying certain players, whether there's underlying numbers. Like in FPL, you could sit there, right? I'm going to show you quickly what I'm talking about. So we'll go over here. Let's go into fantasy. I might have to log in, so bear with me. Yeah, I do have to log in. Look at that. Right. Bear with us 1 second. Look at this. So this is what they should have, right? So let's go to, say, Wissa, view match information. Then you can see, all right, so in that game against Wolves, he sucked. He got 1 point, but why did he get 1 point? He played 90 minutes. He got an XGI of 0.41, but he got a yellow card. Now, if I go over here and click on Phil Foden, 15 points, he's got 8.2% ownership. Brilliant. That tells me a lot. 15 points tells me a lot. You would think that they've obviously put some effort into it because like they've come up with boosters, they're coming up with a mystery booster, they're trying to boost engagement, etc., but there's nothing on here to help you play the game at all. And the rules are so bizarre because if you go and read the rules, it makes it sound like potentially you could only make one captaincy choice per game week. In reality, you can make as many captaincy choices as you want until you run out of players to play your captaincy on, essentially. So that is something that I think they've absolutely royally cooked. And it's very frustrating because I feel like they could have done that so much better. But alas, they didn't. They did a really poor job of it. And it's disappointing because I feel like they could have done so much more. But alas, they didn't. But yeah, there's not too much more you can do about that, really. It's just, unfortunately, one of those things. And yeah. Yeah. Well, the good news is I don't think they've closed the deadline early, or have they? Hold on. I think they have. Oh, no, they haven't. They haven't. They haven't. They've actually got the deadline right tonight. That is a good start. Good start. FIFA have, someone at FIFA Towers has not got the time zone wrong or the button wrong, and they haven't jumped. Maybe they just wanted to finish early the other day. I wouldn't have blamed them, to be honest, because I was trying to work out the time for 7 o'clock AM for Sunday for me. I assume in the US that would have been 7 p.m. around then. So maybe they just wanted to clock off work an hour early and they just thought, I'll press the button and away we go. Time for your max captain, Darius, here, potentially. Select Haaland, go to fixtures, and then drop down explains the points he scored. Okay, so Haaland, fixtures. Really? Where? I can't see any. Oh, do you mean results? Points. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Let's have a look at Phil Foden then. All right. Let's go to results. Ah, okay. But it still doesn't really tell you his XG or his XA or whatever. Like that just tells you what kind of happened. But I like that. Thank you. Absolute lifesaver. Absolute lifesaver. Okay, that makes a lot of sense because I was trying to work it out in my head, like how these people go, all right, I need to check out a few other blokes here. All right, so he got 15 points. He played 90 minutes. That's good. 2 assists, +6, clean sheet 5. Scouting bonus, right? He's no longer, he still could potentially be a scouting bonus. Don't buy him. If he does well again, I want the points, extra 2 points. I think he's my only scouting bonus player I've got in my entire team. So please don't buy him. Yeah, it's not a great lot of, yeah. I feel like they could have done a lot more. Like as I said, if you look at the comparisons of FPL, there's just so much more data there. I think, like in my head, like you can see 90 minutes. His XG was that, his XA was that. So you could tell he probably should have scored or got some sort of attacking return. If I look at, what was it, Phil Foden again. Like, you can kind of tell he was all right because, like, he's got an assist, he's got a clean sheet, goal scored. He also created chances. Now, the fact that they give points for chances created, I quite like that. So he had 2 chances created, so he gets an extra point. So that kind of tells you that he's involved in the play, right, which is kind of handy. Also, FYI, Phil Foden's gone from scouting bonus in game week 1 to none because he's gone over 5% ownership straight like that. Rodrigo Mora. Yes. I was going to captain Bayern first because they're the first game week. So, oh no, they're not. Hold on. Yes, I was going to captain. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Thank you. I was going to start off. I thought Bayern were first. You are correct. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Don't know why I did that, but I fixed that. There we go. Rodrigo Mora is now the captain. Very good. All right, we roll the captaincy dice and we hope for the best. I thought he was actually, I don't know. I saw it like in the thing. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I just checked that. Yeah, Bayern Munich. So I can go from Rodrigo Mora to Hakimi. So the Porto game will play at 3 o'clock in the morning for me. So I'll wake up, I'll go to the gym at 9 o'clock. If Porto sucked and Rodrigo Mora did nothing, I can then swap it to Hakimi. Now, if Hakimi sucks, I can then change it to Pavildis against Benfica. Now, I'm going to miss the Cucurella game because I'm going to be sleeping at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going to get that one. But Bayern Munich, I can then swap it. I'll be awake before 9 o'clock. So again, if I've had no good captain by then, I can then pick Elise, Kane, Musiala. If that doesn't work, I can then go to Somna against playing for Inter Milan. From there, I can go to whatever his name is, the bloke in midfield that everyone's got that he's done nothing. Then from there, I can then go to a Man City player on the final day if my captaincy has not worked through then. Absolute champ. So that's the plan. Manual subs back in. Will I get the captaincy roulette right this week, or will I end up on another big fat 0-pointer? That is the question. That is the question. You haven't learned. Cucurella 15-pointer incoming. I know. I mean, he's playing at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to play it on a Benfica player against Auckland City. And then I'm going to be playing it on Cucurella against Flamengo. In fairness, Cucurella's probably got pretty good high pointer. 15-pointer could definitely happen. Definitely could happen. Let's be honest. Could happen. I love Cucurella as well. FYI, I've looked into... I don't know what price Cucurella is going to come in at in FPL, but I think there's a strong likelihood after his end to the season, my team last year, and Chelsea's opening fixtures, which we'll have a look at in probably 40 minutes or whatever, I actually think that Cucurella is a really good shout for another 15-pointer early in the season. Like early in the season for FPL, I think Cucurella might score a couple of goals. Yeah, cheers, guys. That'd be nice. Yeah, smash a like on the thing. Yeah. Also, if you haven't already joined the WhatsApp group, please feel free to do that. There is a link at the very top of this chat if you want to go there. Rahi's online, so he can accept you. But it's a second message in this chat that I whacked in. If you want to talk all things FPL, it's a very active FPL group, and there is quite a few people in there that are playing Club World Cup as well. And it's just for a bit of fun, really, more than anything else. Yeah, straight away as I'm too busy. See, I'm lucky. So all the games, generally speaking, happen when I'm awake. So other than the midnight game, so I can set my first captaincy like tonight, and then I don't have to worry about it. And the only game I miss is either the 2 o'clock or the 3 o'clock game, because the next game after that's always at 6 a.m. And I'm always up at 5 o'clock, 5:15 going to the gym. So I quickly check, like I've done the last 4 days. Oh, has my captain scored? No, he hasn't. All right, who's next in? Next cab off the rank. Confirm captain. Away we go. Go to the gym, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like doing my workout, and I'm looking at my phone going, any danger of someone scoring a goal? Any danger of someone actually getting minutes on the field? Would be nice. But alas, can't have it all. I mean, I did have very good luck in FPL this season. Maybe this is my comeuppance that I don't get as much luck in Club World Cup. It's quite possible. All right, what's Rahi sending me? Let me have a look. All right, let's have a look. If they cook it this time round, people will actually boycott the game. Yeah, 100%. So Bayern Munich, 51%. All right, 51% chance of keeping a clean sheet. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Man City 57, Juventus got highest chance of a clean sheet this game week, along with Benfica, 76% chance of a clean sheet for Benfica this match day. So it's Benfica, Juventus, Man City, Bayern Munich in that order. I mean, Real Madrid have got a pretty good chance as well. The thing is, I don't think the bookies have factored in that Real Madrid are playing with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Like, you might as well take off 20% chance of a clean sheet with that man in your team. I'm being brutally honest. I mean, I enjoy the fact that it's just, now that Liverpool fans just want to bash Trent as well, I don't even feel bad about bashing him because nobody likes him anymore. So, good riddance. Thoughts on Samu to Garcia for 30, minus 3, 0.6%. Oh, I like that. Garcia, yeah. Garcia is almost 100% going to be playing. So, I got rid of Agahoa, but I just bought in Pavildis because I really wanted to target, the sheep people, Auckland City. The sheep people, man. How are they in this competition? I just don't understand. I really don't understand. I suppose risking a later on playing captain means I can keep the automatic subs option a little longer just in case. Yeah, I suppose that's one way of looking at it. Zago, I didn't really think about that. I just thought that the manual subs thing was too good to pass up. And in reality, until the last game of the game week, I actually thought it was a pretty good idea. I mean, it was looking pretty good. It's just Guardiola didn't play because he would have got a clean sheet. He would have 100% got a clean sheet and it wouldn't have been a complete fail. Pep just had other ideas. Pep said, stuff you, D in it. I'm benching Haaland and I'm benching your captain. Thanks for coming. 58 points, match day 1. That's not bad, man. 12th man on... Oh, so you've got the 12th man this week. Well, I hope your 12th man goes a lot better than mine, Colmberger. I played at match day 1 on the great and mighty Cyborg, and he got 1 point. I suppose the only good thing is that I had weighed up between Haaland and Mbappe, and when I was coming on to do the deadline stream for match day 1, I was actually going to play it on Mbappe, and I was going to let the card decide. Alas, FIFA had other ideas about my deadline stream and thought, nah, we're just going to close it now early. And I never got to do it. So I got 1 point instead of none. So I suppose I should be thankful for the 1 bonus point I got because I couldn't change it to Mbappe. But yeah, just unlucky really. Send some stuff on PC. Have a look at all of them. Will be helpful. All right, let's have a look. I did look at the low ownership thing, man, and I just can't get amongst it. Haaland should score this week. 1.31 expected goals he's got. So has Pavildis, so I'm pretty happy about that. Geraci has got 0.84 expected goals, and so has Mbappe, but Mbappe's probably going to play, so ignore that. And Kane has got 0.87, so he should also be pretty good. So my forwards are looking pretty good this week. Let's be honest. They're all probably going to be played. They're all probably going to score, you would hope. Martinez, by the way, FYI, for anyone that's interested in him, he's 0.71 expected goals this game week. Julian Alvarez for Atletico Madrid, 0.66. Ramos for PSG, 0.7. Thanks very much to Rahi for this. He's just sent me these stats. Cole Palmer even is on 0.44 in case anyone's keeping the faith. Agawawa or Samu. Actually, you know what I was thinking the other day when I was looking at Rahi, you'll enjoy this one. So Man United being linked with Gyökeres for £65 million, whatever it is. Being linked with Etatike for like 100 million from Frankfurt. He's apparently going to be more expensive than Marmoush. I don't think he's even anywhere near as good as Marmoush, so I don't know how they're expecting more money. Then there's Sesko. Then there's Osherman. You know who I reckon we should just buy? Just go and buy Samu from FC Porto. Probably only going to cost you about 40 mil. The dude's 21, 22. And his stats in the Portuguese league, pretty comparable with Gyökeres from last season, to be honest with you. 76 points in match day 1. You beat me by 3 points. Well done. I got screwed with Mbappe, Haaland, and Dumfries. I took a -3 to triple up against the Kiwis. Yeah, I took a -9. I'm tripling up. Well, not tripling up. I'm doubling up against the Kiwis, and I'm doubling up against Al Ain, or Ain, or how you say that stupid name. I shouldn't be so mean. Who calls themselves Al Ain? What does it even mean? Is it like a place? Is Al Ain a place, or is it just a club? I'll probably get censored for that. Do it in good taste, obviously. Thanks to Maximum Captain, 92 doing okay. That's nice. That's a good start, man. That probably put you in the dude that's at the top of the league. What's his name? I can't remember what his name is. Actually, we'll have a look. What's his name? Also, what is your team in this thing? Because I don't know who anyone is in this thing. So I've got Varun VN, 106 points. So he's actually currently ranked 984. So he's taken a hit game week this week because he was on 850. When I looked at this earlier today, when I was putting the videos together, he was on 850. So he's obviously taken -3. He's dropped down to 984. Well, some weird's going on there. And then, where's your team? Let me know where you are. Let me know where you are in the league. I'll give you a shout out. So you got 92. So that puts you, your team is either Captain Kane Man or SV3 Rawdoon, unless you took a -3, and that means you're on 89, and that means you'd be, oh mate, Jada Worrying FC must be an Auckland City supporter with a name like that. That is a New Zealand name if ever I've seen a New Zealand name. I apologise in advance if you're watching this and you are not from New Zealand. But that is a New Zealand name. 44th, brilliant, fantastic. If you haven't joined the league, the league code is on the screen now. I do believe it might be a 0, and I do believe it could also be an O. Try one of them. One of them will work. I promise you that much. Yeah. All right, let me have a look at some of the other things Rahi has sent me. All right, so the next thing is assist predictions. Di Maria is sitting really high on this one, 0.65. He is the leader this week. Barcola for PSG and Kvaratskhelia, the Georgian, he's also quite high, 0.38. 0.51 for Savio. I mean, they are versing Al Ain. And Jerky. Is it Shirky, Jerky, or just Lurky that plays for Man City? The new bloke that says he hates Man United and he can't wait to kill us. I was like, I can't wait till he rolls up and Casemiro just sends him into cloud 9. I hope they just roll out Casemiro or Ugarte for that game and they line up Jerky and they send him and say, that's what happens, mate, when you say you want to kill us, we'll kill you. Oscar Bob is 0.45 for assists. I actually think that Oscar Bob might start this game. So I wouldn't actually be surprised by that at all. That seems pretty legit. Some interesting stats in there, to be honest with you. Hakimi, quite high, 0.35. Beef jerky, I love it. 95 points, but not accepted in the league yet until the day. Okay, yep. All right, so you'll go straight almost to the top. That's great. Congratulations. 95 points, that's a great start. Mad. Anyone who knows the Captain Caveman reference will get my FPL name. Brilliant. Pep, in the next game against Al Ain, we'll field 10 new players and continue to fight for victory. So I bought him Phil Foden for no reason. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Why didn't I read that? Why didn't I read that comment? Why did I not know that Pep Roulette would do that? I mean, that makes a lot of sense. They had so many players on the bench, but then they did swap them over. They did say, we will swap 10 new players. So that means that one player will remain. So I'm going to sit here and start playing. I'm going to sit here and get Tom to get on the blower to Pep and say, can the one player that plays, that already played the last game week, can that be Phil Foden? And hopefully he agrees. Hopefully he agrees and Phil Foden gets the nod. That would be nice. All right, let's have a look. This is Rahi's team. Oh, these are the scout picks apparently. So they've got Fabio in goal with Trubin. These are all differentials, by the way. Then they've got Piquerez, Jimenez, Kelly, Sul, Carlos Augusta. That's probably because Dumfries is probably going to miss it again. Then they've got Gula, Mastodoano. Don't know how that's a differential because he's 24.6. Koku. Oh, honestly, Ray, you just sent me to make me read that out. There's a dude that plays for Benfica that's called Koku. What do you mean? What kind of a name is that? So it's spelled Kokcu. Now, I think it's a Turkish name or some sort of name because it's got little dots above the O, some weird thing under the C, and then a couple of dots above the U. But it definitely looks like Koku to me. Then, this is what I said. The other guy I would bring in was the Actokoglu, who's also Turkish. Yeah, I've got a very good feeling about a Koku. I think he could provide some big Koku action. I'd be scared if I was Auckland City. I mean, the dude might like sheep. What can I say? Koku might like sheep. It's bloody well possible. Let's put it that way. Then there's Arias. Haaland's also in this team. Gracie and mate. Every time I see I can't get over that name. Koku. All right. Then the last man. Sorry, the last man is called Sloth. Now I don't know how you say his name either. So it looks like it's. I think he plays for Atletico Madrid. Maybe someone might be able to help me out. So it's S, and then it's like then it's like an O with like a little thing through the middle. Then it's R, and then Loth. I think with a name like that, you're probably just going to get called Sloth. Like, either that or it's Sloth. 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 I've got Captain Koku. I blame Rahi for this. He sent me this image and got me to read out these names. And in the middle, the ironic thing is, I can't blow this up, but it's on my phone, right? And the bloke that's in the middle, guess who's slap bang in the middle of this graphic? I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's going to be clear enough. There we go. Right in the middle of this graphic is Koku. Slap bang in the middle of the. It's like, hold on, I'll just quickly show you what it looks like. So if we go to transfers, right? Elisa here, I'll just show you exactly what it looks like. Transfer him out. Oh, you've run out of transfers. What are you on about? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I haven't, yeah, whatever. Where is he? Where's his name? Okay. All right, I better not save. That's what it looks like. Koku is in the middle of this graphic like that. If you want my hot tip, all right, let's ask what the card thinks. The card wants to know, is the Koku going to deliver against the sheepmen from Sheepland? Yes? No. It's going to be yes. It's got to be yes. Oh, no. I think Koku's going to stuff it up, man. The card doesn't like Koku. I hate to break it to you all. The card doesn't like Koku. Kuchu. No word of a lie. Kuchu. All right, Kuchu. I mean, Koku sounds better than Kuchu. I feel like if he played in the Premier League and I had to talk about him for FPL, I don't think I would ever call him Kuchu or Kuchu. I think I would always just have to refer to him as Koku. I'm dead. I need to just change the subject. This is gone fast. Cool. All right. Loner shot will give you 2 points. Check Kelly. He was an example. Yeah, Kelly was good. Also, Lloyd Kelly. I can't believe Newcastle sold him. I didn't realize he came from Newcastle, but yeah, good pickup from Juventus. Newcastle sold a couple of good players the last couple of seasons. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he probably doesn't get them on target too often. I'd guess. All right, let's go back to my team. Yeah, cancel. Yes, leave. You're about to leave a page out. Complete your team. If you leave now, your changes will be lost. Yes, leave. I don't want to make any changes. I'm quite happy not having quite happy not having Cockle in the team. All right, I'm done. I've had my fun. I'm losing the viewers. But yeah, that was entertaining. Kuchu, got to remember that. That jerky guy's butt still hurts from when Maguire packed line. Hey, mate, it was really funny. He said, what was his comments about the Leon game? He said, did you know for a very long time I thought Leon was actually Lion? Like, I just thought you pronounced it Lion. So I remember when Man United used to play Lion all the time in the Champions League back when we were half decent. And I always used to think it was Lion. I never actually bothered listening to the pronunciations until recently, and then I realised it was actually pronounced Leon. And I suppose that makes sense considering it's a French team and it's a French way of pronouncing the word. But yeah, I think he's still quite salty. I think he probably has watched back the BBC commentary where it's like, this is like, this will go into the great annals or whatever it is, and the bloke from BBC, and then he just goes, Casemiro, and then he just, Maguire! Yeah, Harry Maguire. I mean, he has a lasting imprint on a lot of people, so it's probably where he's going to be, to be honest. So yeah, that's I mean, if the Club World Cup is designed for one thing, it's just to come on and talk some absolute rubbish about football, about players. Because I tell you what, if it wasn't for the fact that we're making jokes about some of these blokes, it'd probably be pretty hard to get into, because it's something to pass the time while we wait for FPL to kick back in again. It's really funny. I'm seeing all these people like price prediction videos and stuff like that. Erling Haaland can't be 15 million this year. Like, let's be honest. I think he has to drop at least to 13. I can't see a world I'm just going to quickly jump across because, look, we've talked about Club World Cup and everyone's seeing that now, but let's be honest. If we go to transfers really quickly, when you look at the forwards, right? Let's go to forwards. The top scoring forwards were Isaac, Wood, Watkins, Wissa, Haaland. Like, there's no way that Haaland can be anywhere near 15 mil next season. He has to be at least 13 at the minimum. I actually would argue he should be more than 12. Like, his season was rubbish, like, in general. Like, if you're getting outscored by Wissa, who costs 6 million at the start of the season, if you're getting outscored by Watkins, if you're getting outscored by Chris the Woody Woodpecker and Isaac, I mean, either they're all going to get raised to over 10 million, which, let's be honest, FPL are not going to do. You wouldn't have thought. I think Haaland has to be dropped. I was thinking about it, and lots of people going, oh, you're going to have Salah or whatever, because from game week 4 onwards. I think we're going to see one of the biggest drop-offs in human history for Liverpool this season. I think their second half of last season was more reflective of what we will see for Liverpool this year. And I just personally think that, and I am hoping they collapse, because I'm obviously a Man United fan, and I hope that Liverpool go down the gurgler. I just can't see them replicating that season again. I feel like they had an all-time season from Salah for about 30-odd game weeks, and by then everyone else had already lost the league. And then when Liverpool inevitably dove off a cliff and Salah went missing, if Salah cannot replicate the season he had last season, Liverpool aren't winning the league And they're not going to go anywhere near winning the league, I don't think. Wirtz is a good player. I'll grant him that. I think he'll be a really good signing. But I feel like the problem with Arsenal is they had no forward, and that you would expect them to fix that problem. Liverpool's is they've got Núñez, who isn't completely useless, but he's not brilliant either. And they've also got Jota, who, let's be honest, normally he's better than what he was last season. Last season he was god-awful. And then they've got Diaz, who they probably need to tie down to another contract, or they need to move him on. I think Liverpool performed at their maximum, but Van Dijk and Salah are old. Like, Salah's 33 this season, and Van Dijk's going to be 34, 35. There's going to be drop-off there. When Van Dijk chops off the cliff, Liverpool's defence is going to fall apart. Put money on it right now. And if Salah gets injured, if Salah got injured at all last season, Liverpool don't win the league. Like, that's just fact. I think anyway. And I just can't see him replicating that season. So for me, I think that if you ask me right now which one of the two players I would own for the start of the season, it's Erling Haaland over Salah all day long. I don't think I'm looking at getting Salah until probably game week 5 at the earliest, or 4. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. I also think, man, see, I actually think, like, I gave it some thought when I saw the fixtures. Like, there's no easy fixture swings. Like, last season, game week 12 looked really good for a number of reasons. There was a lot of teams that had nice fixture turns, and I maximised it with my first wild card in game week 12 last season. Now, I haven't looked that far into the fixtures. There's no real fixture swings at all for, like, the first 6-8 weeks or whatever. Now, I don't know. I haven't bothered looking that far in depth. That's why I haven't done a fixture video yet, because I'm still looking at it myself. But when I first saw him, part of me is like, I want to bet. I want to pick players in FPL, I think, for the start of the season, up until, say, the last international break, before we go into that long extended period where there's no international breaks and it's all club football. I think for the start of the season this year, without seeing all the prices and whatever, my gut feel is I don't want to pick any Man City players. I don't really want to pick any Liverpool players. And I'm really keen to pick players that don't have European football. So, in my mind, I'm thinking, this is going to sound ridiculous because their start is so bad. But I really like picking some Man United players. They're only going to be playing one game a week. And we saw last season when the times when they did play one game a week, which was when they went to Liverpool away and they drew 2-2. Fernandes and Ahmad both returned in that game, FYI. I think that Man United, with playing one game a week, I think they are going to be good. Like, they're going to be a lot better than they were last year. They're not going to win the league. They're probably not going to finish top 5, but they're going to finish in the top 8. But I think they'll have a lot of high-scoring players because of the fact that they're going to play every single week. Like, for example, then there's going to be no resting midweek. There's going to be no resting on the weekend if there's a big game midweek, because there's going to be no games midweek. So, for that reason, I really like them. I like West Ham. They've got a nice start. Brentford, depending on what happens with the new manager, what players they might buy, they could also be a good team to target. Teams that I'm concerned about already, Nottingham Forest, being in Europe, provided they get through the qualifier, and I think it's either side of Matchday 2, game week 2, sorry. Provided they get through that, I don't really want to own a Nottingham Forest player. I think they're going to really struggle with European football in the Premier League. I think Newcastle, we've already seen what happened to them the last time we were in the Champions League. They dove off a cliff massively in the league, and I would expect something similar this time around. They haven't added a player to their squad yet. Like, they need at least another 5 players if they're going to compete in both leagues. So for me, I think that they are also a team that I'll be looking to avoid once all those European games stack up. Aston Villa are going to be interesting because they're going to be in the Europa League, I think. Yes, they're going to be in the Europa League. So maybe they'll have it easier and they'll be able to rotate more on the Thursdays. Maybe their assets might be a bit better. But Emery doesn't like rotating some players. Like Morgan Rogers last year barely got rotated, so I'm not sure about them. Who else is in Europe? Crystal Palace is in Europe, provided they get let in by UEFA. So again, I think if they're in Europe and they're playing in the Europa League, they'll really want to give that a good crack. We're probably going to see rotation from them as well. So, like, I kind of want to pick the players They're in teams, not in Europe. Brighton, hopefully they've got some actual players that play every game week next year. They could be really good. I support Man United normally. It's been a tough watch the last 15 years. No, last 12 years. We won the league in 2012, 2013 because Man United came to Sydney with David Moyes the year after they'd won it, and we flew over from Perth to Sydney to watch him. Yeah. Jesse Lingard was ace for us back then. He was brilliant. That's where it all started going poorly. It's been a long and steady decline. I feel like they've got the right manager in place now. Cunha, I think, is a good signing. I personally would have sold Bruno Fernandes to Saudi Arabia. I know he's been great, but I think that he could have done so much more with the 100 million that he would have come with. I think that would have been a much better idea to get rid of him. But alas, they didn't. Maybe they still will. I'm not sure, but I reckon they should. I also think I'm not convinced on Gyökeres. I'm not convinced on Osimhen. I'm not convinced on Enetike. I actually think that we should be looking at one of these lesser-known strikers. Like, if we're saying, if you know what I would actually say, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I think it's what they should do. If they are going to spend 65 mil, and you'd have to say that's what Brentford are probably looking for because they saw that Cunha would cost 62.5. If they sign Brian Mbeumo, which I think is a fantastic signing, I think that Brian Mbeumo and Cunha will be great. You know what they should do? They should just go to Brentford. Here's another 30 million. We'll take Wissa as well. Put Wissa up front with Brian Mbeumo, Cunha behind him. Sell Bruno for 100 mil. Buy an actual midfielder that can do it all, that's box to box, compress the ball, etc., and get rid of that clowning goal and buy an actual goalkeeper that is not called Andre Onana. And I think Man United are back. That's how they fix the team. They sell Bruno, they buy those players, then you can wait. You can wait another year and work out what the best striker is, because all the big clubs are buying strikers this year, right? So that means that the next big one that comes along, if Man United can sort out everything else this season, get rid of Bruno, use the money, reinvest it in the squad, etc., give Amram the tools he needs to actually succeed, then that's how they get back. But if they piss fart around doing what they're doing at the moment, Bruno stays. Like, you look at it now, if they sign Cunha, they sign Brian Mbeumo, where the hell is Fernandes playing? Fernandes does not play well in that midfield too, because he's got Ugarte next to him, and the two of them, we saw it enough last season, they don't work as a combo. And then you still have to buy a striker, and Joshua Xerxes not the answer. I don't rate him at all. Luke Shaw, probably play him centre, left back. I'd like to see Harry Maguire given a go up front. Could you imagine that Amram just decides, 5 game weeks in or whatever, stuff this, we've got 1 game week of season, I'm going to turn Harry Maguire into the battering ram that we saw against Lyon in the Europa League. He sends him forward. Harry Maguire becomes the elite striker. All of a sudden, everyone's buying him in FPL because you don't want him for the clean sheets. You want him for the big slabhead goals that come from him going forward. Yeah, join City to destroy us. Oh, 100%. He's definitely hurt from Maguire doing that. I think Luke Shaw needs to be sold. I'd sell Shaw. Apparently there's a volcano that's erupted in Bali. Maybe that's the one we're going to hike up. I have to check that out. Also, the last time I did this stream, really quickly on the other day, some people joined from, I think, the Middle East. So if you're in anywhere near that area of the world, please make sure you're keeping safe. I've got no idea what's going on over there. I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know why people can't just all get along. Why we're firing rockets at each other. I've got no clues at all. So make sure you're staying safe if you are from that area of the world. Garnacho needs to go, 100%. There's plenty of money they can sell. They can get rid of Rashford. They just to be realistic. Rashford is on stupid wages. Anthony's on not as stupid, but stupid wages. Sancho is on stupid wages. You just have to accept whatever you can get for him. If it's 10 million, it's 10 million. It's 10 million more than you get than holding on to him. and them just rotting away, doing nothing, doing literally nothing for us. Yeah, we definitely need a goalkeeper. If I have to watch Anana in goal again this season, I think I'll go there. I don't even know. If I have to watch him in goal and he makes a mistake, I'm going to just lose it. Also, the Premier League this season, every Sunday game is going to be being shown live, which is cool. So any game that's not at 3 p.m. during the 3 p.m. kickoff on a Saturday will be shown live on Sky Sports, which I thought was pretty cool. So hopefully that's something to get excited about for the watch-along streams that are coming. I'm going to be trying to do one of them a week this season with some luck, provided they work out at nice times, provided there's actually decent games on. I looked at match day 1 really quickly. Where are the fixtures here? Let's go back. Premier League fixtures. Match day 1, we have a watch-along of Brighton versus Fulham, Nottingham Forest versus Brentford, Sunderland versus West Ham, Spurs versus Burnley on the first Saturday. That's going to be pretty sick. Sunday, I might even do a watch-along for the Man United Arsenal game, just because I think I can give Mark Goldbridge a run for his money, is the honest answer. I don't know how I'm going to spin it into an FPL watch-along, but I'm going to. But I think that will be pretty cool. Or I might create a new channel just to get watch-alongs going on there, and we'll just hope for the best. Liverpool versus Bournemouth. I mean, the scary thing is that Mo Salah does not blank on the opening day. Like, he never blanks in the opening fixture. But I really think I'm going to avoid him. I know his history says that he's going to do well in that first game week. I just think I'm going to dodge him. I think I'm going to take him on this season. Edit TK is the same profile as Xerxes, exactly, 100%. They not do it. Osherman, I think, would actually be the best. Osherman would be the best. What's the word I'm looking for? He would be the best profile striker. The problem I've got with him is he plays for Napoli, and the owner of Napoli or whoever runs the club or whatever, he's like Daniel Levy of the Italian league, which is not what you want. And then obviously, what do we call it? So he's the Daniel Levy of the Italian league. The second thing is that Osherman's agents seem to be difficult to deal with. And thirdly, I think Osherman's after some stupid wage packet. So I just don't think that ideally, he's probably the player we actually need. I just don't think with everything that they've done with trying to correct the wage structure at Old Trafford and getting rid of these high earners that literally do nothing. Like, you just have to look at Mason Mount. He's on $250K a week. He's been fit and available for about a quarter of Man United's games over 2 seasons. You look at Luke Shaw, he's on £200,000 a week. I can count on one hand the amount of games he started in about 18 months for Man United. It is what it is. They need to clear some of that wages. They need to get rid of Sancho. Like, how have they ever paid him that much money? No wonder the dude doesn't want to leave. Why would you want to leave if you're getting paid an absolute fortune? Like, there's no incentive to leave. No one else is going to pay him that much money. The only other place in the world that's going to pay Sancho as much money as Man United to pay him is if Saudi Arabia, if a club in Saudi Arabia buys him. They might not even pay him how much Man United are paying him. That's how poorly mismanaged that deal was. And Casemiro's the same. Like, realistically, we probably should be getting rid of Casemiro this season, but no one's going to buy him because his wages are ridiculous. And again, what's his motivation for leaving if you can't? Yeah. Anyways, back to Club World Cup Fantasy. 8 minutes till the actual deadline now. It is still 8 minutes. I'm taking a -9. That's how I'm going to roll in. Hopefully Somna does something more. Actually, is Inter Milan play before River play this week? I think they do. Hold on. Inter Milan play 3 o'clock. Yep. Then River play at 9. Yeah, okay. That's cool. So if Somna sucks this week, he can be subbed off. I actually thought at one point during the game week I was going to end up finishing by a team with 5 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 1 forward. I thought that's how it was going to finish up. But then Dumfries obviously didn't play. Guaviol didn't play. And it ended up playing with 10. and no captain. Manual subs, man. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Costa and Ernie making headlines. Meanwhile, I'm playing Anana gets his clown ass out of our team. Right? Yeah, I've seen there's been a lot of I don't know if I really want to get Martinez in goal though. Like the dude's 32, turning 33, I think, before the start of the season. I mean, we did buy Van der Sar when he was 34, but I don't have Martinez on in the same bracket as Van der Sar in terms of his ability in goals. He's definitely an upgrade on Anana. I still think he's a bit hot-headed. I'm not sure he's as good. I think Costa potentially could be the better goalkeeper of the two, but again, I think he's probably going to be a lot more expensive than Martinez. I think Martinez has only got a year left on his contract, and Costa plays for one of these Portuguese teams that's at the Club World Cup, and realistically, he's probably going to cost an absolute fortune because all the Portuguese clubs always sell their assets for stupid money. Otherwise, they don't sell them. But yeah, I'll have a video out in probably the next week in regards to the FPL fixtures and what I think. I'm getting people sending me links on X. Let me have a look. Where are we at? Who sent me something? Sent a link. Oh, how to pronounce. Brilliant. Thank you, Colm. I don't know if Colm's still watching. That's brilliant. I'm going to check that out afterwards. I still think it's Koku. Just FYI. I can't unhear it now. I blame Rahi for that. He's a good man. Good man. 100%. And FYI, I also don't know what's going on with me. I'm either hot or I'm cold. It's currently quite cold here. We're in the middle of winter now in Kalgoorlie. Instead of 40 degrees like it is during most of the season, FPL season, it's currently 11 degrees. And we're getting down to a low of 7. So it's going to be quite cool tonight when I go to bed. Dumfries to Otamendi for this match day. Yeah, love it. Wildcarding in match day 3. That's exactly what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to wildcard match day 3 now. So may bring him back if I hear Dumfries fit. Yeah, I know. What is actually wrong with him? Has he got is it a muscle injury or is he just not fit? I mean, because he played the Champions League final, didn't look hindered there. So has he gone on holiday, fallen over, and just hurt himself? What's he actually done to get himself injured? Or did he get injured playing international football? Maybe that's what happened. He could have. That's quite possible, to be fair. Oh, also, by the way, I don't think there is any prizes for playing this game. Does anyone know if there's actually a prize for winning this thing? Because I actually think that there's not. Which, again, I've got small gripes about the game. Having a few more stats related to the game rather than just how they scored their points would be nice. The other thing is, if there isn't actually any prizes, why are there no prizes? Like, that is why you have a game, right? So you can win a prize. FPL need to up their game as well. Do you know okay, muscle injury, yep. Okay, sweet. So, in Australia, right, we have AFL Fantasy, which is... It's about the same amount of people play that game as what's playing Club World Cup Fantasy. So about 120,000 people play it, right? In AFL, there's only one prize. I think the first prize gets a new Toyota Hilux, which is worth about $75,000. That's the grand prize for winning, which is actually better than what FPL, I think, are offering for the number one prize for them. I don't think it would equate to $75,000, which is about, just do the math for everyone that is from the UK. That's about 37,500. No, it's probably closer to £40,000. The prize is worth. That's how much a Toyota Hilux is in Australia, give or take. But that's the only prize. Second through to 100, and this is what I think they should be doing in FPL. Like, if you finish I think they should do it, considering there's 11 million people that play the game, right? I reckon you should have a prize, like what they do for AFL Fantasy, of a hat. if you finish inside the top 1,000 teams, because I think finishing in the top 1,000 is probably the ultimate. If you get inside the top 100, genius, and you should get a present. You should get like an EA Sports FIFA, the EA Sports game for that season, plus a goodie bag. That should be from 1 to 100. Plus the hat. If you get at the top 1,000 teams, there should be an FPL hat that is made for you. It comes with the Premier League logo, the FPL logo on the hat. It has your rank underneath with the season and the number that you finished. So, for example, if you finished 999, fantastic. If you finished 1,000, fantastic. If you finish 1,001, unlucky. But I think the top 1,000 teams, you should get a hat at the very minimum for having such a great season. I think that'd be really cool. It would give you a real incentive to be invested for not many people are going to finish in the top 20 teams. That's currently what the prizes are, top 20. Realistically, unless you're having unbelievably fluky, blessed, kissed season, I think top 100, yeah. Make sure you're locked in. We've got 1 minute till the deadline. It reckons it's 10:59 here at the moment, so it reckons it's going to lock. We'll be interested to see. Let's see if it's already locked. See if we've gone a minute early, if we're still good. We're still good. The deadline still hasn't passed. They've actually got it right this week. Let's see how accurate they are this week or this match day. It hasn't been a week yet. It's been 4 days, 5 days, whatever it's like. There it is. It's 11 o'clock. Let's see how quickly they lock it. Imagine if this week they overcorrect and they do the deadline. Aha, they've done it. Look at that. Oh, it's unbelievable. There we go. Match day 2, 0 points. Bang on cue. They've literally done it. FIFA have fixed it, boys and ladies, whoever's watching. They've fixed the deadline. 11 o'clock. There it is. Bang on the dot. I mean, they did not muck around. That was bang, spot on the dot. FPL sometimes are a bit a few seconds behind. That literally hit 11 o'clock on my screen and it locked. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. On that note, Premier League fixtures, keep an eye out for that video. We'll be back talking FPL very shortly. It'll be a one-off special before they announce a game. I'm also going to make a video with what I would do to fix FPL. In terms of prizes, I think they should, as I said, they should make a hat with your rank if you finish in the top 1,000 teams, including up to 1,000. Because I reckon that'd be pretty cool. And I was pretty close to it last year, and there'd be an incentive to come back and really stay the course for an entire season. Because most people, top 1,000 is kind of realistic, I suppose. So yeah, I think that's great. Thanks everyone for joining and getting involved in the comments today. Good luck in match day 2. I will see you again shortly. Before you go, smash a like, and I'll see you all again soon. That's been the D Unit on summer hiatus.